Hey there viewers, and welcome back to Grumpy Monkey Garage, where today we have a tool review for you, but I have just unboxed it because I didn't know what was in the box until I opened it, but I haven't taken it out of the box or used it yet, and I'm very excited. We have a torsion bar removal tool from Orion Motortech today, and it is a beefy boy. It is very chunky, so I'm already looking forward to playing with it. So naturally, for this tool review, I found the worst candidate ever for testing it out on, because there's nothing like a good proper torture test of a tool. I bought a rusty 1997 Chevy Tahoe that has torsion arm suspension, specifically to test this kind of stuff out. All right, so what we're gonna be testing is if it can remove a torsion key easier or more complicated than it needs to be, but hopefully easier. And this will fit a wide variety of vehicles. A lot of them are GM, so like GMC, Chevy, Cadillac. I don't think any Pontiac or Oldsmobiles had these. Maybe the Oldsmobile Bravada, which was a Chevy Blazer clone, maybe. And Dodges as well. So a lot of the old Mopars had torsion arm suspension. You might need to change the keys. Or if you're trying to do an alignment and change the pitch of your vehicle, if you've got some serious sag going on, you can use the torsion arms to bring that back up to height. So that's what this is good for. They tell me that this thing is made out of forged hardened steel, which I'm pretty, hammer forged steel, excuse me. So I'm excited to kind of test that out. I know a lot of these you can rent from the parts store, but for less than $100, you can pick yourself up one. It doesn't have to be mauled by the previous guy or something like that. You can have one all to yourself. So I'm really excited to put it to use. Let's get started on the Chevy Tahoe. All right, so here we are under the truck. We've located our torsion arm, which runs all the way up to the front suspension and back to this little crossmember piece here. Now, inside this crossmember piece, which it will be hollow on both the Dodges and the GMs, you'll see a little keyway for the torsion arm, and that's what we're gonna be pushing up on with the tool. But to release it so we can start using the tool, we have to take this bolt out. Now, some people say you need to count the turns to keep your altitude the same if you're trying to maintain your vehicle, but I bought this hoopty and it's already all screwed up, so we're just gonna take an impact and give it a couple ugga-duggas. All right, so that bolts out. I think that was a 965 turns, so that's good. Now what we're gonna do, so we're gonna install the Orion fancy tool here, which I'm really excited about. Now it does have some pieces. We have a little pin on the top, and we have this little rounded bit here on the bottom. This is to fit into the keyway of the torsion arm. So on top of this little cross member, there's a little hole for this pin, which is really nice. So we're gonna stick this up here, move it around because I can't see up there. There we go, I'm gonna find the hole. That was pretty quick. You know, if you have to be up there moving it around until you find it, it will actually set down into it where it'll kind of hang by that pin. So if it just falls off, you're not in the pinhole. So now we're gonna tighten this up. Now I can't fit the impact under this because I just lowered the truck. So I'm gonna tighten this up by hand. This is gonna take 45 years, and I'm gonna stick a socket on it. Now the Orion tool here is either a 26 or a 27 millimeter. I don't have a 26, so I'm using a 27 millimeter head on it. And hopefully that works just fine. All right, now I'm gonna check my placement by sticking my face under here. Nope, so I'm off. There's a little hole in the keyway that you need to, right here. You'll see it, it's like a little ovular piece. Oh, mine's broken? That's fantastic. We're gonna push up right next to where you're supposed to, because this is a rusty piece of junk. All right, that identifies as good. So now we're gonna get our 27 and our big boy ratchet. We're gonna set that to tighten. We're gonna push up on the keyway to release this little pad that it sits on. Unless it starts making horrifying noises, then I'm gonna stop. You could always jack the vehicle up and fit the impact, but am I smart enough to do that? No.
Or ask a buddy to help.
There you go. You go ahead and pull on that. Got old Rob from Rob's Garage helping us out today. I'm gonna hold this steady. All right, let's take a look. I'm gonna stick my face under here, so watch your hand there. All right, we've definitely come off the keyway, but because ours is broken, it won't let us release the pivot. See how it's up like that? The pin is way up there.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So it did raise it and moved it, However, this one is so broken, it probably needs a new one.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do the right thing and just demonstrate what we've done. And then I'm gonna put this back and not fix it because it's a hoopty. They said it was corrosion proof, which is good when you're working on rusty old junk like this, which is probably what you'd be using this for. It's not likely that you're... There you go, it's spinning. Hey, look at that. You need to push the whole thing up and out. There you go. There we go. All right, we're going places. Let's see if it damaged anything. Now you can spin it by hand. Wow, and this is a rusty toilet we're working on. So like, the fact that this didn't just explode. All right, officially better than Harbor Freight, or at least Hobo Freight for sure. Now we need to put this bolt back in, and this is going to raise and lower the fender. So I'll show you some of that footage. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna thread this back in here. We're gonna do it by hand the first couple threads there, Rob. I need the truck to work. All right, we're gonna start this by hand. And then once I get it in there and I'm touching the keyway, then you spin it up. See that blue mark right there? That's where we're gonna stop. We're gonna call that good. All right.
Sure you want to see how high you can go?
No, I'm pretty sure I don't because I think it'll just break. All right. So it did its job. I'm really impressed with it. It's too bad that our truck here decided to break before this did. I'd love to show you how to replace a torsion arm bushing, but it's not possible because this thing's a hoopty. However, even as rusted and stuck as that was, this did move it. I'm very impressed with that, and I mean, it's still threading very smoothly by hand. So the fact that we didn't pull any threads out and actually started bending the subframe, or the cross member rather, I'm impressed. I don't think this is a bad tool at all. For less than $100, it's pretty hard to get stuff this good quality. So I'm gonna keep this in the toolbox. They're not getting this back. We hope you enjoyed our video, and be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time on Grumpy Monkey Garage.